Hey everybody! So I just wanted to give you a little altar tour today. You saw some of the shelves up there. I wanted to give you a nice view of those because the sun is coming in so nice today. Such a rarity in these bleak Wisconsin winters. So I guess I'll get you right down to it here. So I've got some polished stones here in the corner. These are just some of the ones that I have. I have a lot more that I store underneath. Mostly in this case right here. This is a case that I use when I go off to do crystal healings on people and stuff. So there's a lot of my supplies in there. In here I have things like incense and smudge sticks and matches and things like that. So just thought I'd show you that real quick. Right here I just took a kitchen towel, like it's a Halloween kitchen towel, tea towel, and I just used that as a spread cloth recently to pull this card spread for the new year. I went through all my decks and it turns out I have 9 decks. So I did a 9 card spread, picking a card from each deck that I had. Right here, this is a lovely beeswax candle that my friend Fran gave me. Used to be pretty tall up to there, but it's been used in a lot of stuff recently, and it's making a beautiful waxy puddle right there. Right here, this is my huge, chunky piece of citrine here. I absolutely love this thing. I can stare at it for hours. It's so wonderful. And then back here, this was something that my boyfriend found secondhand. And I've got all sorts of little pebbles in there. It's kind of like a lantern thing, but you can't really put a candle in it and put the top on or the candle would go out. So not really exactly sure what it was for, but it's pretty. You could probably put one of the electrical tea lights in there. Alright, on these shelves here, let's see, I've got a little canister here. I'd actually have to take this down to show you. I keep little elements of nature in there, some bay leaves, some petals of an orchid that I had at work. This instrument is called a yun. I got that when I was in China. And here I have a fan that used to be my grandmother's. So this always goes on my ancestor altar. And another thing is these coins here. Every Christmas my grandfather would give me a silver dollar, and I have 18 of them in there. So I always think of him when I see those. Over here, I've got a couple singing bowls. And of course I have a couple fake candles back there. Obviously I would never put real candles underneath a wooden shelf like that. And then right here, this is a crystal grid that I made for the new year. Using lots of amethyst and quartz and some larimar. And underneath is just a ceramic tile that I did painted it with some Sharpies and some alcohol, and it kind of made a cool spotty pattern on there. This is my Marian crystal here. One of my favorite pieces. I also have my rose quartz pendulum. I'll go up on the second shelf here now. Right here, I have a couple teacups. This is a really cool cup that I found at an antique shop that my friend ended up buying for me. A little mojo bag in here with some lavender and rose quartz heart, shungite, And in there I just keep one of these weird sea pods I found. In this one I have very small little crystals that I use when making grids and things. And in here, this is just to keep some of my, I don't know why this isn't here. Some of the smaller crystals that I have, just so I don't lose them. Right here, just some nature elements and another quartz. This has got some solid perfume in it. And in here I have my aquamarines. And here I have a little potion that I made with some essential oils and some rainwater, I think. And I usually just put that on my hands and smell it if I'm doing like a crystal grid, or if I'm doing any kind of ritual or praying for anybody. So up on the third shelf, I have some of my larger crystals. This beautiful pillar here. Another quartz I got when I was in Arizona. And a nice, lovely green apophyllite. There's a Faden quartz, and these here are anhydrous. This is an awesome piece of sulfur. And fibula quartz, and more clear quartz. Blue calcite, garden quartz, and a smoky citrine. So on the top shelf, I have this gorgeous Himalayan salt lamp. It's so wonderful and big. And it's on this little antique plate there. This one tends to sweat a lot, especially in the summer, so you gotta have a plate. Otherwise it can really wreck the wooden surfaces, as I have found out. Right here, great little abalone shell with some sage. This is actually a triple threat here. This has got sage, sweetgrass, and cedar in it. Pretty awesome. And of course, the lovely Palo Santo. Gotta have that. Stuff is awesome. This is a candle that I decorated. It's from the dollar store. I just decoupaged it. Added some cool stuff on it. Glitter. You gotta have glitter. The goddess Tori. Of course, you gotta have her. Thrills. This little mirror back here, my niece made for me, so I thought I should put it on my altar. She's so sweet. Another little candle. I almost use this as a top for this thing. Just have some little oils in there for anointing. A big giant red candle. And right here I have some shungite pyramids and an incense burner and a cool geometric flower of life painting. Some feathers I found outside, and of course some little whimsy animals. So that's it for my shelf. I'll bring you back down to the table again and do this corner here for you. Now right here, I will show you this first because I've had this with me a long time. I actually made her in college. She's a little fairy girl. When we poured the bronze flowed out of the mold, unfortunately, and left a big gaping hole here in her forehead. So I found one of those little glass baubles and put some glitter underneath it and popped it in there. And my teacher thought that was very innovative and a good solution to something that could have been a disaster. So that's my girl there. This cool, I don't know what it's made out of, pewter or silver plated something. I don't know. It's just gorgeous. And I found this at Goodwill not that long ago. And I just put a little hanky in there and then put all my beautiful palm stones in here. So I love palm stones. They're kind of one of my favorite shapes of rocks just because I love holding things. And it just feels so comforting just to take one out of here and just, you know, give it some love and just kind of hold it. So yeah, here's those. I'm a huge Labradorite fan, so I have tons of that. Here's some little frozen Charlotte dolls. I love them as well. And then right behind there I have an amethyst lamp and my certificate for becoming a crystal healer last year. Right here I just have a little hanging thing with my little fairy. Got her at the Renaissance Fair quite a number of years ago. She's kind of tattered because she's been around, but I still loved having her on my altar. Of course, candles, and my hand here, if you can see that, it's starting to get kind of dark now, is holding my smudge fan that I made. Here we go. It's hard to do this with one hand. Okay, you can see that. Here's my smudge fan I made. I'm gonna set that there. And I have a couple larger spheres. I keep those right here. Amethyst and a dragon's blood. And if you notice back here, I just have a little grid going for a family member right now, just for health and healing. Sometimes I like to do separate ones, one for me and one for somebody else in a different area. Since my place is small, I can't really spread them out too much, but I feel as long as you have your intentions into them, they shouldn't cause any chaos in your space at all. Because you can give them different attention when you need to. Alright, so just kind of back up and give you the view of this area here. One thing I wanted to show you too is the drawer that's in this table. So convenient because it's like the perfect depth. Oh gosh, I just pulled the whole thing out. The perfect depth for card decks and things. So this is where I keep them. Lover's Oracle, Crystal Grid, Star Child. I know this one's very popular. I see this one a lot. I love the art in this one so much, and I am hoping to get the Moonchild Tarot as well. This comes in actually really handy when you're looking at crystals and stuff, so that's why I keep that in there. It's got a light on it and everything. Earth Magic, one of my favorite oracle decks, just so insightful. Whenever I pulled a card off of this, it's like, okay, you know exactly what I need, universe. Thank you. Never let me down yet. It's an Art Nouveau deck my mom gave me, and the Lavish Earth crystal deck. Really cool because all the meanings are written right on the card. You don't have to look at a book or anything. And here I've got Judy Hall's crystal deck here, and of course the Brian Frau Fairy Oracle. I also keep my handmade yoga mat spray in here that I made with some essential oils. Just some little extra odds and ends in here. Got my business cards back there, a few extra candles, grid cloth for crystal gridding. So yeah, so that is what I keep in my drawer. Very convenient. Oh yes, always have to have extra lighters too. Another thing I wanted to show you is my other crystal shelf here over on the side, and also this painting that I made. I was invited to a street fair, and it ended up raining all day, but I ended up painting this inside of a restaurant. They let me in and gave me shelter while it was raining outside during the art fair, so that was nice. And then I'll come in closer here so you can see each of these shelves. I just redid these recently and just decided to kind of give everything a good dusting and clean up, and I gave each shelf kind of like a color-coded look. So right here I have some halite and a little rutilated sphere on top. apophyllite with stilbite and some dolomite. And back here I have this beautiful calcite. This is, I guess you could call it a rainbow calcite. It's just got a lot of different colors and things going on. This beautiful red one is called a vanadinite, and it's kind of rare, and I was really happy to get this piece. Back here I have a peach selenite sphere and a little rose quartz. A couple more rose quartz back there. And this is a peachy orangey colored calcite. Really nice formation. And this piece here is called an ice cream opal. So that's the bottom shelf. Oh, almost forgot. Watermelon. Watermelon stone. Alright, so up here I've got a hematite. Oh, there it is. A hematite amethyst. So it's got a lot more red in it. And then back here is a nice cubic formed purple fluorite. Really nice deep purple. And speaking of purple, chalcedony, grape chalcedony. So neat. I love this stuff. I've got a spirit quartz here and a beautiful delicate amethyst cluster. Very cool fern fossil back there. Another cactus quartz, spirit quartz back there, and another grape chalcedony. You can tell I love this stuff, right? And this is a more magenta kind of fluorite. It's got some really neat formations. I don't know if I can get into there to show you, but it's got some ladder-like crystallization going on. And then kind of a cool amethyst back there too. You can see how it formed on the matrix there. And then I'm gonna have to reach for this. Here's our top shelf here. It's a cool piece of coral and some sponge. And then my sphere collection. The sun kind of went away. I wish you could see these a little more in the natural light. And then that's my boyfriend's abalone shell up there. Just kind of having it up there for him. And a little cone incense burner. So I think that about does it. I'm just gonna back up and let you see. So this takes up pretty much the whole wall in my living room. But that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully I can do more videos like this again.